All right, everyone. So we're back over here, and I just want to show you and at least give you my initial setup of what's going on. So we got the Y right here is what I'm showing you. I'm gonna have to use two of these 245 streets is what I'm going to have to use, 1.5 inches. The only reason is because I need that flexibility. When you separate these guys, you can make this radius a little bit smaller than just having a regular 90 degree, because if you just have this, you can't do anything with it. That's it. But when you have two of these guys, you can manipulate this a small amount, okay? And it's going to work perfect. Just to let you know, some tip that you could do later on if you need to do something like that. Maybe you could say it's a potential leak, I guess, but I mean, I don't know. I haven't really seen, like, you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't really see leaks that much, you know, in PVC, unless you do a really crappy job, or it's that like 1 out of a million, you know, well, 1 out of 1,000 fittings that are bad. But I mean, it's just so rare. So anyway, I'm going to have this on here like this. This is going to manipulate this turn. It's going to go in just like this. That pipe that I showed you above, it's going to come down inside this wall just like that, and then it's going to be a 90 degree, and we're going to have a 90, and then we're going to have that come down, and then that's going to be a 90 degree right in here going up, like I said, just like that. So this part will be inside the wall, and then it'll be just like this, okay? And then hopefully when this is pushed into the wall, this will match up with this, and like I said, I still can manipulate that. And now the Y will come up, this will force the water out, and now with this long, I'm going to have a longer sweep than this. With this long sweep, guys, I'm going to be able to force the water out of the house. Remember, this, you don't want any of this water coming back in. This is a lot of water, a lot of pressure. Not high pressure, not like high pressure like refrigerant, or not like 400 pounds of pressure with PSI. I'm talking about a high volume of water. So it's just, there's a lot of water going through this at once, and it's filled up. So if you have any kind of restrictions or anything like that, or any problems, it'll go quick and it'll flush the water back into your, you know, house and stuff. And we just want preventative. This is all about preventative maintenance, right? Let's do it right the first time, get it done, move on, get on to that next project and help someone else out and make them happy as well, right? There we go. So that's what we're going to do. But I just wanted to show you, this is an update. This is what I'm doing and the plan of what's going to go on, and, you know, what we're going to do. And then we'll continue along. Then we'll continue along, and we'll start from the sump pump, and I'll show you how, you know, we're going to get this finally installed. All right. Hello, everyone. We are back with Glenn Velvet Reviews today, and we're continuing on the installation of the sump pump, dropping it down, the project you see we're working on, and what up. And, you know, whatever. So pretty much this is the sump pump basin. This is the first sump pump that was put in, like I said, I think about 15 years ago, or roughly like that. And this is kind of what we're at, and this is what it looks like. All right, we're going to cut out that PVC where it's going outside. If you saw the other video, we're going to cut that out, and we're going to replace it with the other fittings that I showed you. But there is going to be water in there, and that's going to be a little bit of an issue. So we're going to want to, you know, get that water out of that pipe before we start, you know, messing around and doing the rest of it. Okay. So now, don't make fun of the sump. The float broke, and we need the pump needs to be replaced. But for now, we're getting this done first, because the other sump is, you know, got to be completed first. When that sump is completed, then we'll come over here, and then we'll probably change out the pump at some point. But for now, it's working, and I'm not going to worry about it, because this thing is pretty resilient and powerful. It's been pumping for a while. But anyway, here's the check valve. If you know, this is the check valve, so it relieves the pressure, and it stops it from going back into the sump after it pumps it back out. After it pumps it out. So we're going to take off, these are 5/16 hex, you know, nuts on here. So you could just take those off. I'm just going to use this because mine's in a tight space, but we're going to take that off to make sure we drain the water out. It'll be easiest to drain this in here. If you have to cut the pipe and there's water in it, guys, just make sure you have a shop vac, all right? And have someone suck it up while you're doing it, especially if in a customer's house, because that water, if it was sitting in that pipe and it wasn't raining for a couple of weeks, that water is going to smell really bad. And if you get that in the customer's house, you get it on their carpet, you're looking for someone not to like you. So that's kind of what's up. Let's get this out. Let's have this leak. Okay, so we got the nuts down here. All right. So we loosen that up, drain some of the water out. So now let's go to where we're cutting the pipes. All right, guys. So I just cut this off. I used this real quick, and I cut it off at the thing. Now you could save these. Okay, if you're going to save this and you don't want to throw this out, they have those fitting savers that I am going to get at some point when I have a bunch of fittings. I guess I'll do it when I have like 10 fittings, because these are, you know, these ones are like $4 each, so 10 fittings will be 40 bucks, and I think the thing to do that is $20. So that's when you're going to see value in it, you know, when you have like 10 of these, unless you have a business or something that's totally different. So anyway, so this was like this, guys. I just used this. I cut this out real quick. So we're going to smooth that down, give it some sand, give it a little bit of sandpaper on there, make it all sexy and smooth. And then we're going to measure out and see exactly, you know, where we're going to. All right, everyone. So we got it down inside the wall, just to let you know, ran it over. Now, what I did was, guys, I had to put together, I used multiple couplings, okay? Just to let you know, I only have 14 inches of clearance. So what that means is each one of my pieces can only be 14 inches because I can't fit anymore, okay? You got what I'm saying? You know, say this is, you know, I know this is only 6 inches, but say this is bigger. I only have 14 inches, so I can only fit a 14-inch piece of pipe in there to slide in down this wall, okay, at a time. So, since that's the case, I have to do 14 inches and then put on a coupling, 14 inches, and then I put on a coupling, and then I stacked it all the way down. And now we are here, okay? So there it is right there. So what I'm gonna do is, see, I clamped it at the top, guys, because I don't want this to move. I'm going to install the elbow over here, okay? So what I'm gonna do is pretty much, I'm gonna put my, the glue on this piece right here, and then I'm gonna shove it on here. I can't really hold it and do it at the same time or whatever, so I'm just gonna tell you what I'm doing, and then you'll see it after. But I'm gonna glue in here, move this, you know, out like this with a screw, just put something in there and jam it, and then I'm just gonna push on that, okay, fitting, and then at the top it's tightened up so it won't go anywhere, and then this will be easier to do it this way for now. Yeah, so it'll be easier to do it, you know, this way for now, and then at the top we'll fix it after, okay?